Hi, I'm Dick. Welcome to another video. In this video we're going to bulk load some film onto a cassette. I'll also show you how to get the leader out of the cassette so you can reuse the cassettes. Let's get on with it. Let's see what we've got. First of all, you'll need the bulk loader and the film. That's 100 feet of kentmere 400. It's quite a cheap film compared to other films like Kodak and Ilford, but it is still quite a decent film. You can get some good results with that. We've got the film leader retriever. We'll need that. I've got an old piece of film which I'm going to show you, because obviously you've got to bulk load it in total darkness. So I've got an old bit of film which I'm going to show you how to do before I put it into total darkness, which is the dark bag which is there. I think that's all we need. I've got some scissors. I don't think we need the scissors. That's all we need at the moment. So let me show you the bulk loader. Obviously this is where the film stock will go into. Take that off. Basically you would put the film in, you get your film, because this is short and it's quite curly. You do this in total darkness, of course. You get your film through. Because it's curly, I'm going to hold on to it. You got your slot, which slots through the film, and then you re-attach this. And then when that's insert cassette, so that means that is light tight. Obviously this piece of film here will be exposed, you won't be able to use it, but you wouldn't use that anyway. I have to get it out above there. And that's basically it. I'll put my the film in to the bulk loader, and then I'll get it out and I'll load a cassette. What I've got, the cassette I'm going to load. This is an old cassette, that's the end of the film. I'll attach this film to this, just a piece of sellotape, and then I'll put about 10, because I want to try one of the old cameras. So I'll attach the film to this. I'll put about 10 exposures on, just to try the camera to see if the camera works. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll get the dark bag out. Okay, I've got the changing bag ready. We now got to load the changing bag with all the bits we need. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put it in. Just to make sure everything is roughly where we need it. That in the middle, because that's the main bit. I've got the film. I'm going to put the scissors in case I need them. I probably won't, hopefully. Put the lid up the corner there, that'll be the last thing I use. Then that, and then that. So, put the slot there. Zip it up. Close the bag. Everything in there is now light tight. I'll take my glasses off. Obviously I don't need them because I can't see anyway, so make sure I've got my arms fully Make sure it's all sealed before fetching it out. And that's done. Scissors didn't need. Let's sort out the rubbish later, like the empty box. Now this now has 100 foot of film in there. Now we're going to, I need to get a bit of sellotape, and then we're going to put 10 exposures on this to put into the kentmere. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But I'm going to put 10 exposures on this just to try that camera to see if it still works. I don't want to put any more than 10, because if it's not working, it's a waste of film. So I'll just go get some sellotape. I couldn't find any sellotape, but I've got masking tape. It'll just do the same job. It's not a problem. It doesn't have to be sellotape, as long as it holds tight. That should be sticky enough, yeah. Rubbish. Got no rubbish bag. Now what I want is 2 pieces of tape. Put the film canister out. Now before you open this, I don't know if you can see on there, but to insert canister and to load film, and the little arrows there, and you've got to make sure the arrows line up. So to insert canister, which is what we're going to do, this is now light tight, so I should be able to pop this, and basically I've just got a little bit of a leader. Now the canister, when we put the canister in, it's going to be going that way. So you pull this out, put the canister in, that goes in, and then you wind it till you wind the film on. Now you got your film lead. I've left a little bit there, and now we're just going to basically attach it with 2 pieces of tape, one underneath. You try and line it up as best you can. And I always put one on top. Need to make sure that it's tight, because the last thing you want to do is for it to come unattached inside the camera when you're rewinding the film. That should be good. Then you put the canister in, just take up the slack. Put the cover back on. Now you can unlock it, open the gate which is here, and the counter is more or less on 0. It's actually on 1, but I'm going to 10, so I'll go to 11. And one more for good luck. There we are. And before you take this off, you lock it again. Make sure it's locked, and open that. Now scissors. I always try and cut in between perforations. pull that out a little bit because you don't want to lose that. Now what I'm going to do, put a bit of tape, and I'm going to take this, so you can see, take this, just put it into here, and that stops it going back into the drum should you release it. If that goes back into the drum, the only way to get it out is to put it back into the light tight bag. And then what I'm going to do, so now that there's film in this one, I'm just going to tape over, get a pen, which I did have a minute ago. And I'm just going to write on it what it is. It's Kentmere .400 ISO. So in there is Kentmere 400 ISO film, and in here we have between 10 and 11. And what you've got to do when you take it out, you've got to cut a bit of a leader. Some cameras require the leader, some cameras don't. So it's best to put it in always in case you do. Now the reason I've only done 10 films exposures on this is because this camera, which is an old camera, it's from, I believe it was either 1962 or 1963, and it's a Canon Demi, and it's a half frame camera, which means the 10 exposures on here will become 20, because it only takes half a picture. Now I have, if you can see, replaced the light seals on the camera, and basically it's never been used since I've replaced the light seals, which was 10-15 years ago. I never actually got around to using it, so we're going to do it now. We're going to use it now. We need to line this up, put it in, make sure it's tight, close that, take a couple of shots just to take one more. There we are. I'm going to give this camera a go. I'm going to take it to work with me, take a few pictures and see if the light seals worked. And basically that's all you do to bulk load film into a reel. You can get reusable canisters. You can get reusable canisters, but that's just more expense. I mean, if you got old film canisters like I have, you can retrieve the film out of it using a film retriever, which I'll show you now. A film retriever, which is, it's got 3 tongues. The first one doesn't move, and there's a second one and a third one. So let me show you how to do this. All 3 you need to get into the slot that the film comes out of. So make sure it's in there and all 3 are in there together. Push the first one forward, then you listen, turning it anti-clockwise. You listen for the click, then you push the second one forward and pull it out, and the film leader comes out. That allows you to reuse the canisters if you're bulk film loading.